Hey, welcome everybody. You're joining us in game 19 of the Seaver experiment. It's the St. Louis Cardinals at the Los Angeles Dodgers. I'm sorry, I said Seaver experiment. I meant to say Koufax experiment. And we are at Dodger Stadium. And leading it off for the Cards is going to be Lou Brock. Now let's look and see what Koufax did in June. And here are the stats for June. In the replay, he was 3-3, while in actuality, he was 6-1. Replay at 51 and 1/3 innings pitched. In actuality, 62 innings. He had 44 hits in actuality, whereas only 23 in the replay. 13 earned runs versus 10 earned runs. 18 walks in the replay versus 10 in actuality, and 49 and 62 in terms of strikeouts. Replay has him having fewer strikeouts, but there are also 10 fewer innings in the replay. So let's see if in the month of July can get us a little bit closer to where we want to be, or we expect to be. And let's start with Lou Brock. It's Gagliano, the third baseman, and then it's Curt Flood, the center fielder. 66, so not a good start for Koufax. And that's going to be a ball that's driven into the gap and rolling to the wall. Hustling around first is Lou Brock. Here's the throw, and he's safe with a leadoff double. Gagliano pops it up. And that pop-up, I believe, is going to be to the third baseman for out number 1. Curt Flood, 35. That's a 9 against an A pitcher. With a runner on second, that's going to be a ground ball up the middle, but Wills, with good range, gets there and throws him out, and moving to third is Brock. So Brock is on the third. There's 2 outs, and Cepeda lifts one, center field, out number 3. So now we're going to go to Wills. And that's a 21. That's a fly ball to left field. Left fielder Brock there. Wes Parker. It's a 41. We're going to roll that again and use this randomizer. We rolled a 32. A 32 would be a 39. And that's a foul strike. Wes Parker. 23. And that's a chopper to the second baseman. Javier, 2 away, and it's Davis. Lift it to center, out number 3. No score at the end of 1. We go to Shannon, the right fielder, and that's a 66, and that ball's hit deep to center field. Back goes Willie Davis to the track, to the fence. That's out of here. Home run. Shannon, and the Cards take a 1-0 lead. It's going to be 36. We're going to go to randomizer. It's a 55, 36, and that's a ball. 45. It's a walk. So Javier is second baseman, and Miguel Javier walks. He's a speedy fellow on the bases. Maxville, 63, and that's lifted to center for out number 1. Pat Corrales, the catcher, and that's a 66, and that's going to be lifted to deep right center field, and that's going to drop in there, and it's going to be a double. Javier is going to come around to score, and Corrales is in at second base with an RBI double. Pitcher Jackson, say 9 with a runner on second, and that's going to be a ground ball at the shortstop for out number 2, but Corrales is going to make it to third. And Brock, 52-27 with a runner on third. That's a ground ball to Kennedy, and he throws out Brock by half a step. So 1, 2, and 3. But the Cards pick up 2 runs here in the top of the second. They lead it 2-0. Sweet Lou Johnson, 54, and that's lifted to right field. Shannon is there. Fairly, 24, and that's a strikeout, number 1. And it's Lefevre, 25, and that's going to be a fly ball center field for out number 3. 2-0 Cards. We go to top of the third. It's going to be Gagliano, and that's a strikeout. First one for Koufax. Kurt Flood, the center fielder. 62. Be a ground ball to the third baseman. 2 away. And Cepeda. 23, a chopper, second base. Over is Lefevre for out number 3. 3 up, 3 down, and top of the third. 2-0 Cards. And it's Roseboro. Gabby Roseboro. That's a 22. That's lined base hit. So Roseboro on at first. Kennedy. 22. Kennedy, and that's going to be a ground ball to the third baseman. Allows Roseboro to move to third. Koufax. 16 with the infield back. I believe that's going to be 28. It's a ground ball to shortstop, and that's going to score Roseboro. Oh no, Roseboro was the second. Hold on. So allows Roseboro to, let's see what happens. Runner at second, 28. Runner holds. And it's Wills. .36, and that's going to be 33. That's a pop-up. The shortstop for out number 3. The Dodgers leave 1, score none, and at the end of 3 innings of play, it's 2-0 Cardinals. Let's add these up pretty quick. 8, 12, 14, 22, 30, 37. And we got Fairley, who's a 2 there. Lefevre, a 7. Roseboro, an 8. Kennedy, a 5. And then a 1. 14, 18, 20, 27, 35, 40, 41 today. Let's take a quick peek at Fairley, who's a 3. 14, 18, 21, 28, 36, 41, 42. Oh, Parker's in right field. I gave him a 5. Parker is a 2. So that's goes to 39. Makes more sense. We're usually fielding column 2. All right. So it's the top of the 4th inning. It's going to be Mike Shannon who homered in the 2nd inning. And here he pops up. It's going to be the catcher there for out number 1. Foul grounds. Javier. 51, 9. It's going to be a ground ball to the shortstop for out number 2. And Dal Maxville lifts one to center for out number 3. 3 up, 3 down. Go to the bottom of the 4th. Wes Parker, 42. Let's say 22. It's a ground ball to the first baseman, Cepeda. Flips to Jackson covering out number 1. Al Jackson, pretty good pitcher. It's fouled out behind the plate for out number 2. And it's Sweet Lou Johnson, 51, and that's grounded up the middle and through for a base hit. So Johnson on with a single with 2 outs. Ron Fairley, good power. He has a chance to tie it up here, and he fails to do so. He lifts one. It's going to be the center fielder there calling for it. And again, the Dodgers leave 1 on, score none. Go to top of the 5th. Pat Corrales, 56. That's a strikeout, and that's number 2. Jackson grounded out in the first, 51. That's a 36. Going to roll 63, a 23, and a 23 on the 36. 23 is going to be an E8. So a ball that's off of Willie Davis's glove allows Jackson to first base. Lou Brock, that's a 36. That's a 33 now. And that's popped up. Kennedy calling for it for out number 2. Gagliano, 64. That's a strikeout, number 3. Cards leave 1, score none. At the end of 4.5, it's 2-0 Cards. Okay, Lefevre leading it off, 24. That's a strikeout. Strikeout number 2. Roseboro, 25, and that's lifted to center field. Right there is Flood. And Kennedy, 24. That's a strikeout, number 3. 3 up, 3 down. We go to the top half of the 6th inning, 2-0 Cards. Kurt Flood leading it off, a 61 is a fly ball to right field. Out number 1. Cepeda, who's 0 for 2, flied out and grounded out. 55. That's going to be popped up. Third baseman calling for it. Out number 2. And it's Shannon, who's 1 for 2 with a home run and a foul out to the catcher. And that's going to be line base hit for Shannon, his second hit of the day. Javier, 63, and that's lifted to center field. Davis, Cards leave 1, score none, go to the bottom of the 6th. Koufax leading it off here in the bottom of the 6th. 21, that's a strikeout. Actually, that's number 4. Wills, 45, that's ball 4. So Wills is on at first. Wes Parker now, 62 at 12. It's going to be a 6-4-3 double play. Go to the top of the 7th. Maxville. It's a strikeout, number 4. Corrales, who's 1 for 2 with a double. And here he grounds out to shortstop. Wills over to Parker, 2 down. And Jackson strikes out. 3 up, 3 down. Go to the bottom of the 7th. 2-0 Cards. Davis, 23, and that's a ground ball to the third baseman, Gagliano. Over to Cepeda, 1 out. Lou Johnson, who's 1 for 2, he's singled. And here he lifts a fly ball to left. Brock measures it, 2 out. And Fairley. Ron Fairley, that's ball 4. So Fairley's on with a walk. He's going to play it safe. He's slow. Lefevre has good power. Oh, and that's a 64, and that's a swing and a miss. And Lefevre was swinging for the fences. Strikes out. That's 5 strikeouts for Al Jackson. It's be Lou Brock leading it off against Koufax. That's a 66, so that's driven into the gap. And that's going to roll to the fence, but cut off quickly. Davis gets it in quickly, and that keeps Brock to a double. So Brock leads it off with a double. 63. It's going to be a ball that's lifted to right. Right fielder is Parker. He's a 2. F to third, and that ball is deep enough to move Brock to third, so the infield's going to come in now for Flood. 13, that's a strikeout, big strikeout for Koufax. Orlando Cepeda. Here's the pitch to Cepeda. It is a 52. We may get out of that inning. 52 is a 27. And the Dodgers make it out of the inning without allowing that run, that leadoff double that then moved to third to score. Keep that insurance run from scoring. So it's the top of the 8th now. And the Cards leave one, score none, and we go to bottom half of the 8th. It's 2-0. And Koufax is in jeopardy of losing his 5th game of the year. Roseboro, 21. That's lifted to right. Kennedy, 22. And that's going to be a ground ball. No, that's lifted to center. 2 out, and it's going to be a pinch hitter for Koufax here in the bottom of the 8th inning. It's going to be Gilliam. Here's the pitch to Gilliam, and that's going to be cocked. 25, and he went 7. He's in the 8th. He's an 8 pitcher. That's going to be a pop-up to the third baseman. 3 up, 3 down. We go to the top of the 9th. Be a new pitcher. It's going to be, we have Shannon. Righty's coming up. So we're going to get Reagan in here. He's an AC and an XZ. And it's 7 innings. Actually, it's 8 innings for Koufax. Koufax gives up 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 hits, 2 runs, 2 earned runs, walks 1, strikes out 6, 1 walk, 6 strikeouts, gives up 1 home run, and it's going to be Reagan, or Regan if you will. It's going to be Shannon leading it off. And Shannon swings and misses. Strike 3. Javier is 0 for 2 with a walk and a run scored. 24, and that's lifted to left. Right there is Johnson, puts it away. 2 out, and it's Maxville. And Maxville lifts it to center for out number 3. 3 up, 3 down for Regan here in the top of the 9th. We go to the bottom of the 9th. It's going to be the top of the order for the Dodgers. And that's going to be 24. That's going to be lifted to center. Wes Parker, 63 again. Flied out, center field, 2 out. And Willie Davis. And that's line base hit for Davis. So Davis is on at first. Sweet Lou Johnson. It's a 53, which is a 17. We're going to roll again. It's a 33. And that's a 20. Second baseman's an 8. That's going to be a runner on first. The 20 is going to be a ground out that Javier gets to. Over to first. Beautiful play. Out number 3, game over. Dodgers lose it by a score of 2-0. Koufax takes another loss, and we go and fill this out. So he loses the first game 8-5, 2-1, and 6. So for July, Koufax starts off with a loss. In actuality, I believe he won. Let me double check what happened in actuality in this game. In this game, Koufax also took the loss, his third loss. He went 8-5, 2-1, 10. 8-5, 2-1, 10. Very close, except for the strikeouts, almost identical to what he did in this actual start in game July 1st. So anyway, that's it, guys. That's it for today for the Koufax experiment. Combat Painter signing off. Take care.